Hi there, I'm Chris. Welcome to my new channel. To get this started off, we've picked out this awesome Aoshima Initial D S13. Let's take a quick look at the box. So on the front you can see the typical Initial D styling and art, which is, to be fair, pretty decent. On the side, some bits of information, what we've got coming inside it. Bits of the car, it's fully built itself with 4 spokes to the 5 on the box. We'll have to see what's inside. On this side, that's what's on the top. And there, the usual caution and colours and stuff required to get this kit completed. On this side, box art again, back to the top. And there we have it. Let's get it open and see what's inside. So let's see what's in the box. First up we have the chassis. It's actually for an S15 by all accounts. And for those that have built an S15, you should instantly recognise this. Unfortunately just a curbside, but still, typical Aoshima, quite detailed. Very nice. Up next we've got some of the subframe assemblies. Got the wheels, pins, the wiper blades, subframe, wiper blades, and the suspension struts. Now the good thing about these Aoshima kits that come with a suspension like these, they actually come with, which you'll see shortly, actual springs, which are brilliant. Different grills, different Silvias, steering rack. All very clean and tidy, very neat. Got next some more parts for an S15. Obviously the headlights won't be getting used, but the discs and the wing mirrors could well be. Quite nice, those discs. Although a bit plain, still very nice. Next up we have the chrome sprue. So we've got nice shiny chrome back box, exhaust pipe, 2 variations of headlights which we will choose along the way. I'm not quite sure as of yet, but it will come. Next up we have some standard Silvia seats. I'm going to be using one of them because we get the racing seat. Now, as you can see, it's got the solid socket where the seat belts come through, so we'll get a little pin set and draw that out. Nice little steering wheel. The S13 hood or bonnet, depending where you're from. Nice easy shape, we'll get some carbon down on that. These are what looks like the standard S13 bumpers. Just the tiniest bit of flash on that back bumper there, nothing too major. I won't take too much cleaning up. I've got the orange parts for indicators, sound repeaters. Also got some of the interior items now. The clean, very simple interior tub. All the other bits that go on the inside. Choice of steering wheels. Plenty of parts to fill up the parts box. Door cards. Not too bad detail at all. And your dashboard. Again, very nice detail, very nice moulding. And next up we've got the 4-spoke wheels. Even though it's 5 on the box, we have 4. Now I've never watched the initially animated program. I have watched the live action on Netflix, but I don't recall seeing the S13. I must sit down and get watching that animated series. Next up we have some of the clear parts. Never fault Aoshima with the clear parts. Always so clean and quite crisp, I find personally. And luckily they send window masks, because that is one of the, in my eyes, in my opinion, it's one of my worst parts of a build. Dislike it very much. And I've got some more of the clear parts here. So you've got all your different headlight options, rear lights. Again, very crisp, very clean. Got the rear brake lights. Quite like how the Aoshima kits come with the coloured clear parts. Now this bag is staying sealed because I don't want to lose the springs. Because in there you can see decent tyres and the springs. I think the springs just add a little bit more realism compared to some of the kits you tend to get with the springs moulded in onto the suspension arms themselves, and this, yeah, actually just adds a bit more realism. Get on a cocktail stick, get them primed up, get them painted, off you go. Happy days. Got another orange. Probably done that bit already. Next up we have the body. Quite a decent looking body, nice and clean. There's a note. Got the rear. I think this is like the base body shell, because it's pretty much as crisp as is clean as the Vertex S13 I built quite some time ago. Yeah, quite happy with that. And also the S13 Bumper from the initial D. Now if I'll be using this or not, I'm not quite sure yet. As you can see, I've already snipped it off, purely because I've actually got a wide body kit for this build. Now I've just had a quick play to see if it was fitting or not, hence why I've just dropped that off there. Obviously it also comes with a bit of mesh and the book. It's quite a big book, tall wise. Inside, open it up. Got the guide there if you're going to be following it as per box art and the way it is intended. But as I mentioned, we will be going quite a bit different with this. trying something new with an aftermarket wide arch set from Fujimi, and plenty of filler to see if we can get that going. As you see from the instructions, fairly clear, fairly simple. I quite like the Aoshima instructions. To me, they're up there with Tamiya, with quality, the clearness, and just ease. I personally. There we have it. As you can see from the back of there, there's quite a few little bits that are not required. We can snip them off, get them in the spare parts bin for future builds or whatnot. As you can see just there, the tend to use that, but we'll see. We'll see. They'll both work. We'll have a look. So as mentioned, this is the over fender set 2, with various wide arch attachments in there. And as you can see on the bottom left, that is the one we'll be using just there. Now for full box opening and review, I've actually got a good friend of mine who's actually already done one of these over on his channel, building on a budget models. The guy over there who runs it, Thomas, top bloke and a wonderful YouTube content creator. I'll drop a link to his video and his channel below so you can go and watch it. Now for the other parts, we have, like I mentioned, going to apply some carbon. So I picked up some of this Tamiya carbon twill weave, extra fine. And as you can see, it is that pattern there. That'll be going straight on the bonnet. And I'm actually going to try something new. Some Mr. Super Clear UV cut flat. When I say new to me, it's been around for I don't know how long, but something I wanted to try. I'm normally going for quite glossy, polished up finishes, but I thought I'd give this carbon a nice flat finish to see how it looks. As for the body and the wheels, we've gone for some Mr. Hobby colour spray paints. Now I've never used these before, so I'm quite intrigued to see how we get on with these. We've got a nice metallic blue for the body, and anybody who knows me, I use blue quite a lot unfortunately, and same again with white. And those white paint will be going on these. And I just think for this car, for the theme I want to go for, I just think these will work perfectly. Yeah, my opinion, yeah, just work perfectly. I have actually got all this, plus a few other bits from the great team over at Kent Models. They're a great team, they've got a great website with some great kits and some great prices, and if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to do all this with all the bits I've got at the moment. So a massive, massive thank you to Kent Models. Every time you place an order, you get plenty of information. If you've never been and shopped from them before, I could highly recommend having a look and seeing what you can find. A great book there with all the product ranges of all the bits you can find. So if you're ever stuck and you're sat there at your modelling desk and you don't want to get the internet up, you can just grab one of those books, and it's got pretty much all the accessories and weathering and tools and whatnot you could think of. And so they send all these bits of information and leaflets out every time you place an order. So it's things like getting airbrushes, starters, all that. Building items. You can see what the other bits I've got there. Very true. Very true. Compressors. So I haven't got an airbrush yet, but I do know when I do get around to getting an airbrush, I know exactly where I need to be going. I've got plenty of information that you need. And this is very handy. So it's nice to have these colour cards. I think there's colours in here as well. What's there? Yes, there's got all the colours in here. So it's quite nice if you're thinking of a colour. You can just grab one of these Tamiya card or this Mr. Hobby book, and you can see all the codes and which one it is you're after. And kind of get an idea of the colour you're looking for. Great stuff. I've also got from them this hyper polish. Now I've used it before and I've had to pick some up again because it's just tremendous. I'll be able to use that and show you on a later video of when I get this S13 polished up. I've also gone and got some Mr. White Putty R. Now I've never used Mr. White Putty, never used putty really out of a squeezy tube. I've used some, what was it called? Milliput standard. It's quite tough, quite strong, and it's just a bit of a pain to be fair. But also, we've got some of this dissolved putty. Now I've never really seen this before, and I've never used it, and Kent Models was kind enough to actually throw this in with the order, so I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. We'll use this. I've got a feeling it might be a bit like a sprue glue. I'm not sure, but it'll come quite handy when we're trying to get that wide arch onto that bodywork. And also, when you place an order, you get one of these. How cool is that? Kent Models, thank you very much for helping make this happen. And there we have it. My first video, an unboxing of this. Next, we will start by looking at getting that wide body on the body at work itself. Thanks. Final thoughts on this? Yes, I am excited to get this one going. Typical Aoshima quality kit. It just looks so crisp and clean. The tiniest little bit of flash here and there just tidy up. No major issues. If it's anything like the couple of S15 kits I've built before and the Vertex S13 kit, yeah, it's not going to be any bother at all. We'll see how we go getting on this wide body kit. I'm really looking forward to trying these Mr. Hobby paints. Yeah, can't wait. And once again, a massive thank you to Kent Models for helping making this happen. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you for watching and sticking through till the end. If you like what you saw, please drop a like, a comment and a share. I will read and reply to all comments, advice, anything negative, positive, please drop it in there, and if it help me improve if need be, and where I've gone wrong or what you enjoyed. Can't wait. Thanks very much. Take it easy. Cheers.